Hi guys, it's Beth Murphy. I wanted to do, excuse me, I have a tiny cold. I wanted to talk about some of my friends, my extrovert friends. With it being the holidays, I'm sure you guys are experiencing the same thing I am, which is like, okay, let's be done already. I've had all the socializing I can handle in one weekend. I mean, it was just three things, but I even manifested a cold. Somebody gave me a sloppy cheek kiss that was sick the day before. It was like, and I believe honestly it's like my attitude because I'm already kind of not wanting to have gone through that weekend. um, but anyway, it got me thinking about where I put my friends in my life because with it being winter here in Connecticut, it always bums me out a little bit. I'm not depressed as I used to be when I was in my 20s. It was really, really bad for me, and then I figured my way out of it. But I'll notice like I'm more subdued, and it's like the hibernation thing. I feel like a lot of it is just really natural, and to just not fight it and kind of go with it works for me. And then when I reach out, which is always makes me feel better, it'll be to you guys or my I'm blessed with actual INFJ friends, friends I've had for a long time, friends I've had for a short time, but it's always the same experience. It's a relationship of understanding. So automatically that lifts me up. But it kind of got me thinking about my extrovert friends too, because I mean, they're included. And it's like when I don't have a lot of socializing in me, I have to pepper them in too because they'll get their feelings hurt, and I do value the relationship. So I just wanted to talk in front of you about what that looks like for me, and then you guys have your own things going on. I like when you chat below. So I use two examples. I have an older friend, so you can kind of see like how that relationship morphed over time, and then I have a new friend that's all shiny and cute and doesn't really understand me yet, but I think she's kind of getting it. So let's start with the old friend. I met her over a decade ago, and she kind of started formulating an idea of me that wasn't me. And that's cute, and that happens a lot. And I've talked about that with my INFJ friend, Jody, if you're listening. People kind of put on us what they would like to believe because they find us, really appealing. And I think we are because we're genuinely interested in people. We're listening. I think we're really funny and quirky and thoughtful. There's so many qualities that make us attractive to people. And so I'm not surprised, but it's kind of like when you meet them, and now this goes for my new extrovert friend too. Like there's always that moment when I have to teach them that I'm not exactly like them, which is what they're thinking. So it happened with my old friend, and what that looked like is she just loved me, and she still really loves me. I just got an invitation to a New Year's party from her, and it just, she loves me. She just thinks I'm busy, and that's what I kind of like allow her to think. I allow her to think I'm really busy because I can't keep up with her, and I wouldn't want to keep up with her. And so back then, it's over a decade ago, I could tell when she met me and she was drawn to me like a magnet, and she wanted to hang out all the time. I remember one time and I don't like the phone, and I know a lot of you guys don't like the phone either. I don't have to see memes to know that. My introvert friends don't care for the phone. So she loves the phone, of course, right? Because it's a line out to everywhere, just like their energy. And she called me one night about underwear, and it was like, she's like, yeah, I just wanted to tell you I found that underwear I was looking for. It was like I could not be less interested in this conversation. And it was funny because, and then I get off the phone and I tell my introvert husband, and we have a little laugh, even though he's not like us. I mean, I'm going to continue to talk about him because we're from two different planets for sure, but we make it work. Yeah, that's him. Mr. Censor, thank you, I call him. But anyway, so because we have some things in common, like I will share things with him and I actually get what I'm looking for. So I'm like, yeah, she called about this and it was funny. And ever since she's been trying to invite us to stuff, which is fine. And we enjoy each other's company. And my husband likes her husband. But it had to be on a limited basis or I would have grown to dislike her because she just has a big personality and the energy, like I said, it's always going out and it's pretty boisterous. And so that comes off as too much for me. And also, like, there's a little maturity issue because in my mind, it's because of this being more towards a sensor than an intuitive, even though she is a feeler. So things will get to her, but she does not feel we're all one like I do. So she will make fun of people, and that just doesn't fly with me. But I don't judge her for it, but I did alter our time together because of it, which I think is interesting. So I made the relationship work, and that's something that she doesn't know. So that's my little confession for this particular person that I will never tell her, is that you don't know this, but the relationship exists because I altered it. I wanted to continue loving you, so I did organized our relationship in such a way that would allow me to continue to appreciate you. Yeah, that's basically it. And I'm pretty proud of myself for doing that. It's all good. And this is how my mind sorts information. It's like, how can I make this work? Here's the equation. And then bam, it happens. And now we're going on, over a decade. And I probably only see her twice a year, but it's fun. When I see her, it's fun and I feel good. She feels good. Everybody's happy. And guess what? She replaced me. When I said 10 years ago when she was laying it on really thick, like, hey, you're my new best friend, I kind of, stepped back a little bit and I don't remember how I got out of it saying I'm busy or whatever. And then not calling her like she was calling me. And she found what she was looking for and she is still friends with that person. And they are going to be at that New Year's party. I even know this person. And I was so glad she found someone like her to hang out with. So everything works out. Now, what it looks like in a new relationship is amusing to me too, because I have a new young friend, extrovert and big time. I don't know if I've ever met such an extrovert. She has a very large social media following and so forth, and she was worried about what I thought of her, which was interesting. But she's a feeling person, and so I told her, I'm like, well, when I kind of get a read on you, you're like a giant, and I said it in a very loving, laughing way, and I wanted her to know that I don't care, like, I still like you, but you appear to me as a megaphone. And then I compliment her because she couldn't have the kind of extrovert following and life that she has created that suits her unless she was that, I noticed that when I was in the service industry and hospitality, and I was with the public, many years ago, and when you put your personality out there, people automatically like or don't like you, but they're all kind of drawn to you because you're putting you out there, and that's what this girl does in a very loud way. And in the beginning, she would try to invite me to things, and then she would just stare at me when I would say, no, I'm not going to go to that. And she would be like, so you don't want to spend time with your friends and get a pedicure or whatever it is? I'm like, yeah, I don't, even if it's free. What do you mean you don't want to go to a free party and get a pedicure? No, I'm definitely understand what I'm saying no to. So you kind of have to train your new friends, like, yeah, we're having a great time and I've opened up to you and I'm making you laugh, and I'm doing that because obviously I like you, but it's not going to be what you think it's going to be. It's going to be on my terms. You know what I mean? Because we're always balancing that energy. And they don't like know what that is for us, and balancing the energy is like, it means a good or bad day for us, or a good or bad week, and nothing is more important, than us monitoring the energy coming in. And that's a world that they'll never understand, being a sensor. And I find that, like, look, these two people I'm talking about are feelers. And I have another girl that's somewhat new, a couple of years new, and she is that as well. Isn't that interesting? I'm just putting that together now. Yep. But it's the feeling part I can resonate with. Like, it's cool if it's okay if you don't have my intuition. I don't need to bond with you the way I bond with my beautiful INFJ friends. It's an instant bond, by the way. I adore all of them that I meet. All of them. Every single one of them. But the feeling part, that I can bond with somebody if they have that, But they are different. It's very interesting. They still kind of, I could feel something like not quite click as in the way that I click with my INFJers. So that's my little talk, my confession. If I ever would tell that to my extrovert friends, that's what I would say. But there's no need for me to say that, We're all who we need to be. And I can see the bigger picture, same as you. This is our quality. The big picture thinking is pretty awesome. And so I don't mind arranging our relationship. I'm going to do it anyway, so might as well be honest about it. All right, take care, you guys. I will see you when I see you.